Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and we're wrapping up Martial Arts Week here on the channel with the comedy Surf Ninjas, starring Ernie Reyes Jr., Nicholas Cowan, Kelly Hu, Ernie Reyes Sr., Rob Schneider, Tone Loke, and Leslie Nielson. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said during the introduction, we're going to wrap up this week of our martial arts movies with Surf Ninjas. We've done the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and watched a group of kids who do martial arts get their powers from the ninjetti. We've watched Chuck Norris inspire an asthmatic young boy to be able to enter a martial arts tournament and win. And now we have the Surf Ninjas. And as our movie opens, Johnny and Adam are teenage surfers who live in Los Angeles with their father, Mac. Now, 2 weeks before Johnny's 16th birthday, ninjas attack the teenagers, but they are defeated by Zatch, a mysterious warrior with an eye patch. A follow-up attack results in Mac's kidnapping, although Zatch is able to protect the boys as well as their friend Iggy from the ninjas. Now Adam discovers that the video game on his Sega Game Gear matches the events that are happening around him and that he can actually control some of the events with his Game Gear. Zatch then reveals to Johnny and Adam that they are actually the sons of the king of Patusan, whose land and monarchy was overthrown by the evil Colonel Chi when the boys were very young. It is their destiny to return to Patusan, overthrow Colonel Chi, and free the people. So Zatch takes the trio to the Patosani district of Little Patusan in Los Angeles, where Johnny is introduced to Patusani princess Rome, who has actually been betrothed to Johnny since they were very young. Ninjas attack once again, but Johnny's abilities as a warrior prince begin to emerge, and he's able to defeat several of his foes. Johnny, Adam, Iggy, Zatch, and Rome decide to then return to Patusan, but they are followed by a Los Angeles detective named Lieutenant Spence, who had been investigating the ninja attacks. When they reach Patusan, they discover what has transpired under Colonel Chi's rule, including a burned village and a chain gang of political prisoners. The guards spot them and they are forced to fight, but Johnny and Adam defeat them and free the villagers from captivity. Zatch then leads the crew to a hidden cave where the ancient weapons of the Patusani monarchy are kept and preserved. Zatch arms Johnny and attacks him in order to prepare him for future challenges. Johnny is beaten rapidly, but he is eventually able to disarm Zatch. Rallying the villagers behind them, they travel to the coast, which is opposite from an island that houses the royal city, as well as Colonel Chi's dungeon. Unable to go by boat due to an impossible reef, Johnny and Adam ask the Patusani natives to make surfboards, and then they paddle to the unguarded side of the island. Upon landing on the island, Zatch and Johnny lead the attack on the royal city, taking down Chi's henchmen and freeing Mac. During the battle, Zatch is revealed to be the boy's paternal uncle, and Johnny confronts Colonel Chi and successfully defeats him by knocking him into a body of water with the help of Adam and his Game Gear. With Chi's rule now undone, peace is restored to Patusan. Johnny is then heralded as the warrior prince, with Romée as his princess, and Adam, a prince himself. Johnny declares the monarchy to be dissolved and announces that Patusan will now operate as a democracy. His reason for doing this? So that the people will finally be free of rule, be it good or evil, as our movie comes to its close. Like I said, this is a goofy, funny, teenage comedy, surfer movie, action martial arts movie. I mean, you've got Rob Schneider, so it can't be that serious of a film, right? But I want to say this was maybe my first exposure to Schneider outside of SNL, because I think he was still a bit player on SNL around the time this came out. I could be wrong. I don't think he had made it to main cast yet, but I think he was one of the supporting cast members at the time. So this definitely early exposure for me to Rob Schneider. Ernie Reyes Jr. I had seen in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. He was the pizza delivery boy who got involved in the Turtles' antics. You can check out my review of that right here. Also for Ernie Reyes Jr., years later, he would be in The Rundown alongside The Rock, which I discussed earlier this year when I did Dwayne Johnson Month. If you missed that one, I'll link that one up here as well. Tone Loc, I knew from his career as a musician, Funky Cole Medina, Wild Thing, but he also had done a little bit of acting that I had seen prior to this. He had been in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Tone Loc has got one of those voices that you can instantly recognize, period, bar none. Leslie Nielsen, of course, from the Naked Gun movies, the Airplane movies, Police Squad, the TV series, which the Naked Gun movies were spun off from. This movie really wouldn't fly today because you've got Leslie Nielsen, an old white man, playing Colonel Chi. And with the way that the times are and the way that Hollywood is starting to try to cast more and more people of the ethnicity and the diversity of the characters that are being portrayed, to make it more believable. An old white man playing an Asian colonel, yeah, that's not going to fly these days. But for the time, for the period it came out, it's just a fun romp. And if I'm not mistaken, you can actually find this movie on YouTube in its entirety for free. So if you want to check it out and you've never seen it, I implore you to do that. Look it up, see where you can find it, search it on your Roku, see if it pops up somewhere, search for it on YouTube, see if it pops up. Give it a shot because it is just a fun movie. When it comes to my rating of Surf Ninjas, I do have to be fair. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. I adored the cast. I didn't even get to talk about Kelly who again, multiple movies. She was in The Scorpion King with The Rock, which I discussed earlier this year. So I'll go ahead and link that one up here as well. But Kelly who, so young in this, still as beautiful as ever. Ernie Reyes Jr., amazing. He perfect balance of young teenage surfer kid and martial arts genius. His father was Zach, getting to play alongside his son. That was kind of awesome. Leslie Nielsen was good as the goofy villain. Rob Schneider was the goofy sidekick and was good. But is it on the level of some of the other stuff that I've reviewed and talked about? No. So 3 out of 5 stars for Surf Ninjas. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's engage in that conversation. Let's have that banter. I give you guys that communication, that accessibility to me. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I will reply to you. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And it's new release Saturday. We'll be talking about the Peacock original film, They, Them. And then later on that evening, both right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as on the Jeff Meacham Network and across the Jeff Meacham multiverse of media, it'll be time for another edition of Open Mic Night. You've got James Hebert representing J. Hebert Studios. You've got the Simple Man, Noah Foster, representing the Simple Man Studios. Myself, of course, representing the Casa D18 Studios. And the West Coast professor himself, Jeff Meacham, representing the Jeff Meacham Network. Who else may show up? Who else may pop into the panel? You never know. Could it be Big Baller G? Could it be the Stat Boy, Mike Caldwell? Could it be Josh Mansfield? Or the Cleaver, Colin Andrew? You never know. So you'll just have to tune in to Open Mic Night, check it out, and see who pops in and what is on the agenda for discussion. You're not going to miss out on any of that content, both right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network and across the entire Jeff Meacham multiverse of media. All my loyal fans and viewers out there that tuned in and joined me here today, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you have that notification bell turned on. That way you're alerted anytime the Casa D18 Studios channel drops a brand new video. Make sure you share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, movie lovers, cinephiles, Ernie Reyes Jr. fans, Rob Schneider fans, Leslie Nielson fans, Kelly Hu fans, Tone Loc fans, fans of surf movies, fans of martial arts movies, anybody that you can think about who might enjoy this film, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost my visibility up in the YouTube algorithms and help get me monetized by the end of the year. Thank you once again to everyone who tuned in and joined me here today. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know, and I will see you guys next time.